DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Texas Longhorns. Reese Davis, David Pollard, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Here in Austin, DKR is one of the most iconic stadiums in college football. Texas Memorial Stadium, the fans, the burnt orange. You've got Bevo here on the sideline. There is so much love every time you come to a college football game here. History in the making at DKR. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. The Longhorns headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Buckeyes offense will have the football first. And here comes Julian Sayet, right on target last time out, completing better than 70% at a 300-yard day. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Cross. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. On the run, it's Jackson. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Sayin from the gun on third down. Fires to the tight end. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it on the counter. Got a little space. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Fakes to grab. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
The Buckeyes go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Going to the run, it's Cross. Could be an alley. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Now, coaches always talk about starting fast and taking that opening drive and really setting the tone for the football game, and that is exactly what they did. And they finish it with a good brand of physicality, running the football, ending the drive, and getting off to the 6-0 start.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So Texas's offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And here comes Arch Manning. And what a duel this should be. 2 of the best quarterbacks in the country.
And I know Reese already talked about the quarterbacks. These are 2 really good football teams. Like, I'm excited to watch them throughout the season and where they could go and where they could get to, because there's a lot of potential, a lot of talent. Obviously, the triggermen, they're the reason it goes. And they're the spotlight tonight, Palmer, for quarterbacks like you that love QB play.
No doubt about it, man. And this is what college football is all about. These are the games, especially as a quarterback, that you look forward to the most. Going up against great competition, another good quarterback on the other sideline, and coming out on top. You can't overthink it. You can't try to do too much. You have to operate within your offense and put trust in your teammates to get it done.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And how about this defense, man? You talk about providing a spark and some energy. They make the big interception. I think most importantly, Jesse, set their offense up in ridiculous field position.
And that's one thing this defense practices so much throughout the week, right? It's creating turnovers. They are so opportunistic on that side of the football. And they've got athletes. They've got dudes that are dangerous once they get the ball in their hands. And you saw it right there on that tremendous return.
They'll try to race to the edge on 1st and goal with the wide receiver. They couldn't get anybody to bite on that one, and they'll stop him behind the line. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And he's in for a second touchdown, man. He knows what to do when he gets down here. He knows how to get in the end zone, and I love when you can run the football as you get closer to that goal line. Be the more physical team, and they're doing just that.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. It's complete to the right. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Okay, here's the bad news. They're down by a lot of points really early in this game in the first quarter. The good news is there's a lot of football left. The better news, they finally get a big play through the air. That's the kind of play that can spark some confidence and completely turn this thing around. They got to keep that up.
And the Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Arch is going to throw for it. Under fire. Makes the grab.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
Pocket breaking down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Longhorns will bring the punt team onto the field. High and away, headed toward the sideline, just the way he drew it up. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like,
got a little grass. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
how about the explosive play by this offense? Man, it's so nice to have guys you can hand the football off and just watch him work. Watch him do the rest, the speed, making big plays, breaking tackles. Man, is it nice to have an offense with a playmaker like that.
What a first quarter for this offense. A chance to score again on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in the ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Saying, trying to be heard above the noise. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. And here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Splits the uprights. Good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Here's Manning to throw. Finds a soft spot in the middle. No chance to run, but still a good gain. The Longhorns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Dropping back, it's Manning. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And that's absolutely going to be one of the keys to this football game. Keep the rabbit in the cage, man. Don't let him get outside that pocket, start bouncing out wide. That's where he'll do a lot of his damage with all that speed. That is a big key for this defense. Great job here early in the football game.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. And the Longhorns want to pick up the tempo.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Motion from the wide receiver. Throwing Manning. Takes the easy one to the back. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. The Longhorns are rolling down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. So now it's 2nd and long. The run inside. It's Smothers. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. They'll try to power their way ahead. They are on the move as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 28. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. A give to Brown. Defense holds their ground. Pickup of a yard. It's at the 26. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Play action. Here's Manning. Finds the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
I know it's early in this game, but, man, this defense has had their number. They've done a great job, already built a huge lead, now getting this offense in a situation where they got to pass the football, and they better protect their quarterback better than they are right now.
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. Splits the uprights right down the middle. That'll close the gap to 14.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Coming out with it, it's Cross. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Just couldn't get away from the tackle. DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. Quarterback will keep it. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Going to field this one in tight quarters. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Sends it back in motion. Running inside. It's Smothers. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. The Longhorns moving quickly to the line. Complete on 3rd down. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And that one will find its way into the end zone for a touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Right on the money. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. After the 9-yard completion, the playbook wide open on 2nd and 1. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. What a great job of containment, and they stop him in his tracks right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Buckeyes will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Makes a move. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Fires to the big fella. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. To throw, Manning. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll run it out of the gun with Brown. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Well, he's off to an awesome start this season. Had a sack in their last game, gets his first sack right now. I think he has a chance to be a huge focal point in this defense moving forward, but let's just worry about what's happening now. This offense has to find a way to slow him down.
And the Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Manning. Got it. And they're able to make the tackle. Now setting up shop in the red zone. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He'll be stopped short. It'll be 4th down, and let's see what the decision is here. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. He splits the uprights. Now the lead is down to 11.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Bringing the heat. Makes the grab on the left. He gets across the 20-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 23. An 8-yard pickup on the first down completion, now 2nd and 2. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Saying. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Taking it the other way. Powers through. Touchdown, Texas! And they turn it into a defensive score.
And this is always the fine line as an offense, man. You want to be aggressive. You want to go get more points right before the half, but you can't be careless. You can't make mistakes. And, man, Palmer, that's a big mistake that goes all the way back the other direction.
And give the defense credit, too, because in that 2-minute situation, they're expecting pass. Everybody's got to be on guard. Everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback. He was able to jump the throw. Now he's taking it the distance. He's building the lead for his team. They've got so much momentum now heading into halftime.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Say it. Makes the catch. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds. The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Firing to the right, complete. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. New set of downs after the completion.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no-huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Timeout signal forward by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. He makes the catch. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Buckeyes are in the hurry-up.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
From the 30-yard line on first down. Here's Sayin to throw. Out of the backfield, he's open. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Ohio State calls its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Sayin back to the air. Pressure coming. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And this one splits the uprights. Now up by 7 points here in the second. And he's coming out of the end zone. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors and our halftime update.
Fellas, welcome into our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We begin with a look at Kansas, taking on the number 23 team, the Missouri Tigers. And it's the Jayhawks coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. This will push them to 2-0 on the season. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the American Conference. Now back over to your game at DKR in Austin. It's hardly a secret what this team wants to do. They want to feed the beast, let him run it, and control the line of scrimmage. Ground and pound, and continue to add to this lead in the second half.
And he's going to bring it out. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Here's Brown to begin the drive. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. The Longhorns want to move quickly.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Manning from the gun on 3rd down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
How about the aggressive play calling? Love aggressiveness, bringing the free safety down, blitzing him. You could tell completely disrupted the offense. They didn't know how to handle it. Free safety chases the QB, gets him on the ground.
And the Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. Showing some serious leg strength on that boomer. Wants to bring it back. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. Throwing, Sayin. Makes a catch. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a gap. It's Cross.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs managed. When you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete, now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up 4th down as this defense makes a play. Steps into this one and unleashes a booming punt. My goodness. Now this offense is back on the field. Looking to pass. It's Manning. He's got him. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Here's Arch to throw. Lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. 3rd down from the gun, Manning. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Longhorns will send out the punt unit. Oh, did he unload on that? It's like there's helium in that one. He's got it. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the...
Snags it, and he's open. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Here's Julian saying to throw. He's got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. Looking for space. It's Jackson. Tackled there by the defense. Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Now here's Sayin. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That is their freshman offensive lineman, and boy, they hope this isn't too serious. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on that. Quick completion to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. This 3rd down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? With the draw, it's Jackson. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Smashes it between the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. He stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. On target over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Arch Madness. Got his man. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Motion from the wideout. The give, running right, Brown. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Quick release by the QB.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And the Longhorns will call on their punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. On the ground, it's Jackson. Makes a man miss. Makes it past the marker. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generate a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes.
Going deep. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be second down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. From the gun on third down, say it. Got his man. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. And the Buckeyes look to keep this drive humming. They're going to run it. Picks up the first down. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Say it. He makes the grab. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The receiver on the jet sweep. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. The Buckeyes have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Lined up in the gun on third down. Say it. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Texas offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. The Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Arch is going to throw for it. A strike downfield. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. On third down, here's Brown. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Quarterback may change this route. First down, right back to Brown. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day. They'll send the tight end in motion. Manning on play action. Here's the pressure. On the run, fires downfield. Working the middle. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Longhorns want to crank the tempo.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Quick release on the RPO. And he's dragged down. They're dealing with a second and long. On the move, it's Smothers. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Now facing a third and long from the 50-yard line. Manning from the gun on third down. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And I know he's happy to get that one because that's the big fella's first sack. And we've heard a lot about this five-star, this young defensive lineman who they think is going to be elite of elite. And now you get the first sack, the first of many. But nice to see this dude start to come into his own, maximize some of that ability that we've heard.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Fourth down, Manning. Lofts one high and deep. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. Say it. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. And he is marked out of bounds after another big game. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. Backed up now, here's second and long. The give to the single back. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on first and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. Julian with the play fake. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. A third and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. He's got it, and he will score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a masterclass in offensive productivity.
Two-point conversion attempt is coming. Here's Sayin to throw. Here's a heat. And they got it.
Great job by the defense. They got penetration in the backfield. They were trying to throw for it to get the two-point conversion, but instead the defense comes up with a massive sack.
Number 96, set to kick this one away.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Oh, he's got some space. He moves the chains and they'll mark the ball at the 33. The Longhorns heading quickly to the line.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a deep.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on second and long from the 23.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Manning tries to pick it up on third down. Fires to the tight end. Gets it out across the 40, stopped short of the line to gain. They'll mark it at the 41, and might they choose to go for it here. Manning to throw for it on 4th. It's picked off, and another empty drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And I guess he didn't watch the tape from a week ago, because when you threw at this guy last week, he made big plays. He had 2 picks a week ago. They try him early in this football game, and it's the exact same result. You better be wary when you go after that young man.
Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and long. Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. Spits it out to the back. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. They boot it away, making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Here's Manning to throw. Quickly out to the tight end.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
He's got it down the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Manning. Got his man on the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollock, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.